Nick, the super awesome drawer himself, and today before we start this tutorial, I have to bring some things up. I'm actually going to be doing these tutorials in a new style starting with this episode, or now, and I know some of you guys that are my only subscribers on my channel, because my channel isn't a popular channel, may be wondering right now, well, why did I decide to do this now? Because I've been continuing on with the similar style where I explain what I'm doing while I talk with my hands. Well, wait, what? I talk while I work with my hands. Now, this is because, the reason I'm making such an abrupt change is because over the last few weeks of doing these bug in my face drawing tutorials, I've been realizing that the drawings I'm doing aren't coming out as good as they should be. And when I do the test drawings, they're actually like looking better than the drawings I do on screen. And I think the reason this is happening is because I'm not paying attention to the direct picture of what I'm drawing. I'm just looking at a picture of what I'm drawing. So for this, I'm going to be changing my style up a little bit, and you'll see how I'm doing it. And it's also because some of my focus on the drawing is taking this away. So the new style I'm doing will be able to let me focus more on the original drawing so I can easily focus on what I'm doing and still make a good drawing. So, I believe you'll be seeing out how this will work out, and hopefully this will come out better. And this is also why this video is a little bit late, well, about a week late, because I needed to work on these things. So, I just wanted to inform you all, my viewers, on this just before we dive into the episode. Otherwise, let's begin. Hello, it's me, Nick, the super awesome drawer himself, and today I am back with another super awesome drawing tutorial, gaming edition, and today we will be drawing Freddy Fazbear. Now, immediately right off the bat, I know this is going to be a rather controversial video because, well, there are a lot of people who love Five Nights at Freddy's. There are a lot of people who also absolutely despise it. And I know some people, and most of my friends love it. I know kids who hate it entirely, but I knew that it might get me a good bit of views, or maybe it will make me lose a whole lot, but, excuse me, I decided I will take a shot at it, and I will be drawing. Now, you notice I'm voicing over this, and I'll get to that later, but you see, first you're going to be drawing a little curved line right about here, and you'll see what I'm doing right now. I'm giving it that little look. And right now I'm actually voicing over it. I'm changing the way I'm doing these videos as I explained in the prelude. So now it's more easier for me to get by on them, and it goes a little smoother. And you're just going to start to curve up, and you're going to start to make this pear shape with your pencil. And also you're going to notice that you should have your paper portrait style in order to get more space to draw the figure, because you are drawing a figure, which I know I don't usually do, but because Freddy is an animatronic, you really do need more space for him because he's in a standing up position like I'm drawing. And over these next 4 weeks, I'm going to be drawing all of the four main animatronics from the first game, and you can see you're closing this up on the top right now, and essentially that's what I'm going to be doing. So, just to make sure, I won't really be doing Five Nights at Freddy's 2 drawings just yet, or at least I might as long as if people want it, but for now I don't want it to get tiresome, so I'm just doing the four main ones. Now you're going to move on to the waist right now, and first, before doing that, you're going to draw a little part of their endoskeleton backbone before drawing a near parallel curve to the one on the bottom that literally matches up very nicely. And you'll notice that now I'm going to start curving down in order to give it the waist shape, because it's going to essentially have the leg sticking out of it. So you're going to curve it up like that. So it is looking a little bit like a robot at the moment. You are noticing that I am going to change it up a little bit because I thought it needed to be a little bit thicker in some areas and thinner in some others. So I erased it, and now I pretty much did the line again, so Can't quite escape from having to make mistakes. But, yep, now I'm just drawing it in the bottom, like that, and give it sort of that point shape going. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I changed that too. And I'm actually looking at a picture of a computer right now while I'm doing this, though it's not right now, this is actually pre-recorded. And shake my paper off a little bit, and now you're going to, as I work up here, let's see, I believe we will be, wait for me, we are going to draw the legs, and the legs are just going to be two big ovals, and that one was a little bit too big and a little too close to the waist, but I drew a circle around. It should be like a little bit lumpy. It should also have like a slight resemblance to a rectangle in the fact that it has sort of that area, but try to get them as similarly sized as possible, because you can see right now I had to make some minor adjustments. Up here you can see I'm adding some slight detail to legs. Then you're going to draw them some little lumpy straight ovals, which are going to be like the knee joints for Freddy, where like his legs bend, because Freddy can walk around, unlike most animatronics, which nowadays are sometimes even lacking legs. So I'm actually pretty happy that I haven't been to a Chuck E. Cheese lately. And now you're finally drawing the bottom shins area, where you're just going to draw another curviness, another curved legs, very similar, but a little bit skinnier, because they're supposed to have the feeling at the far back. And curve the bottom slightly, because you have to give the impression that the legs are hollow on the inside, so the endoskeleton frames can be running through them. So here I am, just adding some little bits. Now you're going to draw the small bits of the endoskeleton that you can see right through there, and back here you can draw around just to give it more depth. That's always good. Draw little ball joints where the feet bend at, plus the backside. And then for the feet, you're going to draw out like these, I guess, not sure what you would call them, these V shapes that veer out from the back ball joint, and they will sort of run together very slightly in the middle, so I adjusted the size of them a little bit just so they didn't look too out of proportion, because it can be difficult when the legs get very close together. But at the bottom you are sort of going to curve them down, because that is where Freddy's toes are going to be. Now to do the toes, you're just going to be drawing these free triple bumps, because we need to be rounded edges to keep him support. And at the bottom, to show that they are indeed curved and sticking out, you're going to draw these lines, these curved lines curving outward, but you're also going to give them a double lines, like it does in the game, to give him like the really flat look he has on the bottom. So there you go. Just do that, and you get a pretty convincing look to it. Now moving up, we're going to start working on Freddy's arms, because right now I'm really doing sort of like legs to arms, like working up. So first you're going to be drawing like the belly of Freddy, which is just going to be that those lines like that sort of curves in but follows the same shape as the whole stomach torso area. But you're going to leave it blank at the very top, because that is where Freddy's bow tie is going to go. But that's one of the last things, not the last thing, I believe, that we're going to work on here. And right now, we are going to draw the arms. If you notice the ruler, we actually will only need this ruler once in the entire drawing. But yes, continuing on, we're going to draw these arms out, the ball joints, and right there, and you're going to draw the little shoulders that he has, either sides, which are like triangles of one edge that is curved, essentially. So right now you're gonna want, I made a little mistake there, want them equally proportioned. Now each of the arms is going to be slightly different, so I'm doing a simpler arm first, and that's just at the side of Freddy, and you're just going to have the arms curved like this. Rotate, give it a circle, same depth we gave the legs, depth, and draw a forearm down there, like that. See what I'm doing? And then we are going to draw the arm. Not the arm, the hand. Now, this is the thing I had the most trouble with when I did all my drawings. So, you see, you're going to have to do like a thumb out there and then curve it up. And I believe I made this hand slightly too small, but you'll see Freddy in the first game has his fingers fixed in a permanent position, so you want them kind of curving down, which is why you have to make sure your pencil is straight and, well, not the pencil, like the arm fingers are straight, and you gotta like curve them down sort of like I'm doing now. And it's a little hard to see, and maybe I should have zoomed it in, and I'm still not entirely certain if I'm happy with the way that one arm came out, but I recommend making it slightly bigger. Maybe if you do the actual drawing for yourself, when you do the actual drawing for yourself, and I think it will come out slightly looking better, but that's basically the idea. Now, coming on to the other arm, this is going to be the arm that's holding his microphone. So you're going to be drawing the same arm, and that one came out a little bit fat, but it's going to be curving primarily in the same direction, but just out very slightly, because he's going to have his elbow bent. Now you're still doing the same thing with the depth curve to get the full thing look to the endoskeleton, but you're going to cover the edge just very slightly with this other arm that's curved, the forearm, or the bottom part of the arm that's curving downward. And you're going to do the exact same thing with that one, give it the hole to show that it's hollow, and I even closed that one entirely, but I forgot that I was going to have to draw a hand there, so shows that. And then I drew the little ball joint and endoskeleton wrist that is going to be attached to the arm. So you're going to draw that down like this. You're going to have that arm coming around, draw the fingers, and then the thumb you're not going to draw entirely because you have to have that going around the back of the hand because that is where he's holding this microphone. And to do the microphone, you just want to have this black little V shape filled in, along with just a ball on top. So it does look a little like an ice cream cone, but you're going to shade it in the bottom, just like that. And there you go for a microphone. And now we will start with the head. Now this is probably the hardest part of the entire drawing. And first things first, you want to make sure you're going to erase that little bottom part so you have room for his chin. Now the chin is just going to be like this curve down here, and it's going to tip up slightly and then just become straight. And you can use a ruler for that, but I still want it to look curvy like Freddy does, so I just left it like that. Then you're going to draw a secondary curve to show where his mouth is, and I believe I'm going to erase that, of course. I decided that those were slightly too high up, so made it to those. And you do want that little, you want that little crack in the chin, but first you're going to do the teeth. And those are just going to be that little line on the side, and then two curved rectangles. And those are just going to be symmetrical. So now you're going to draw the top part of his mouth, and you're going to want to draw this just another curvy line because it has a large portion of the head. But then you're going to curve it up. Make sure it's not too heavy for the sides. And bounce it around like this. And draw the little line on his chin and his mouth nose. So you have the things. Add the little freckles or whiskers he has, and then you're going to shade in the big nose he has. Now you have pretty much his mouth made, so now you're going to draw the rest of his face. To do that, you're going to be making like a smaller pear shape, starting from where his top bit of his upper lip starts. And you're going to curve it around like that. And you're going to want to curve it up. Be careful because it can be difficult. So you're going to want that. I curve them out and the nose just a little bit more. And then you're gonna draw the 2 eye holes. And the eye holes are just gonna go like that right there. Now if you wanna be creepy, you can just, well, first I'm gonna draw the eyebrows, which are up there, and those are just like little point things that just sort of go downward. You can see what I mean. And let me finish that. And now, if you want to be creepy with the eyes, you can just shade them in all black except for the little circle to make the pinpricks of light. But I'm giving him the in-game eyeball style. So to do that, I'm just drawing really small circles in there and giving them some eyeshadow like it does in the game. And then I'm giving him some eyeballs, or pupils, I should say. I already gave him the eyeballs. And right there, I tried to do my best to make a little reflection of light in there, but came out a little bizarre looking, so can't be too perfect on everything. Now, on top of his head, you need to add the ears and his top hat. Now, first of all, I decided I would curve the head a little bit more to really give the circular mount his ears have. To do the ears, you're going to draw these little peg sticks coming out of his endoskeleton skull that then have a direct flat edge on each side. Now you're going to draw the circular ears around them, and let me erase that. Draw those around here, draw that here. And then you're going to draw the inner circle that sort of matches the design of the outer ear. So shade those in to give it the same depth that I love. And now here comes the only time when I actually needed the ruler. So you're going to draw up that line here. You're going to draw a few lines to make sure you get a good thickness of his top hat. And shade it in preferably well because he has a very black top hat. Gonna just slowly do that. And he doesn't have any design around his top hat, interestingly. It's just downright black because he was made with zero money and budget in mind. So, didn't have all the good stuff. He was just a repaired old animatronic. You're going to draw this top side out. And you're just going to shade that in so it matches the same blackness as the bottom part of his hat. So now that we've done the hat, we're going to move on to the last and final part of Freddy, which has to be his bow tie. Now, Freddy's bow tie is a little bit silly looking. I mean, it has this, just this dot and 2 things that go out. But you do it, you're just going to draw that little circle, do a dot, and then you're, going to do, I guess, these little heart shapes that come out from the side of it. So, you're going to do that curve, but I don't know why Scott Coffin decided to choose this bit of a little silly design for his bow. I think just to make him cartoony looking. But in total, I decided to even it out a little bit more. But that's pretty much what it looks like. So you're coming up like that. And just draw it out like that there. And there you go. That is pretty much all there is to drawing Freddy. But now for final things, I am going to add a little bit of design. By design, I just mean shadowing. Now, I know a lot of people who, when drawing Freddy, would probably like to go ahead and add a lot of blood on Freddy, because he's Freddy. Well, I didn't really want him to make him scary looking. I just went with some simple shadowing and make him look like he was a little messy because he's a well-used animatronic like he is in the game. So doing the shadowing like that and adding a little specks here and there. And as I go on, I'm even going to add a little in-game reference where I draw sort of the handprint that can be spotted on Freddy's lower lip and above his eye, which I'm sort of doing right now. And like I said, I will also be drawing Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy over the next few weeks. And I will draw other animatronics if people really want to see them, but for now I only want to do it like that because I don't want it to get too boring been just doing the same thing over and over again. But otherwise, there you have it. This is Freddy Fazbear. It's a very nice drawing, and I am probably very happy with how it came out. If you're new to the channel, I would appreciate so much if you left a like, subscribe for more videos, and all in all, I would recommend and commenting being a big favorite to the channel. And this is pretty much it for this video, so I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.